Hello, it's good to see you. Today we are going to be making a Christmas wreath. I'm so excited. I've been eager to start this process. I really wanted to do it last night, but I wasn't able to. Now I'm going to make at least 3. Not in this video today, we're just doing 1. I've been looking forward to making this particular wreath for a little while now. We're going to do it all in gold and burgundy. And I want to make it big and extra and full, and I just want it to be fabulous. So I've been collecting things for this wreath for quite a while now, probably at least a month. I've been looking for mesh and ribbon and little things to decorate it with. I think now that I have everything together, I think I might have gone a little bit overboard. I'm probably not going to use everything I bought because I simply don't think I can fit all this on one wreath. But that's okay because we're going to be making at least 2 more in the very near future. I want to make sure that I get them made and sent to the people who are going to get them in time to enjoy them before Christmas. So there's this one. I'm going to make one for my dad's wife because she loved the fall wreath so much. I'm going to make her a Christmas one and take it to her. And one I'm going to make to give away. Although after January 1st, I'm a little apprehensive about doing giveaways. You know, with the whole thing about collecting information on people, I'm going to need to look into it more before I'm really okay with doing that. I'm being extra cautious about stuff on here, but I'm going to do that, and we're going to do Christmas cards also. But after January 1st, I don't know if I'm going to do any more giveaways or not. I don't know if it would be worth the risk of getting in trouble for it. I don't know. I'm going to have to give that some thought. But anyway, before we get into that, I wanted to show you what I got for myself. This just came in the mail today. This is a little early Christmas present to myself. It's a shirt. Look at this shirt. It's a long sleeve, just a plain long sleeve black t-shirt. And it's like a Christmas tree made of Volkswagen buses. I just thought that was too cool. So I'm glad it got here in time. I was afraid it would come late and I wouldn't get to enjoy it, but now I can enjoy my Volkswagen bus Christmas shirt. Yeah, on Black Friday they had, I think they were 30% off. I thought about getting it, but I went back and forth on it. But when they went on sale on Black Friday, I ordered one. So it just came today. So I'm really excited about that. Okay. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at all the materials that I have purchased to make the gold and burgundy wreath. And then I'm going to show you the technique that I used. It's like the technique of the first fall wreath I made. It's called the sunburst technique. I think this is going to look really pretty on this wreath. And it's the one that has the points of the mesh that kind of stick out. The other one, the Halloween wreath, we did rolls. We rolled the mesh, and it was kind of on the wreath in little rolls. And that technique is fine, but for this one, I want to do the sunburst technique again. I'm just learning how to make wreaths, and that one, the sunburst technique, was the first thing I learned, and I really like it. So I have a wide variety of things here. First of all, I wanted to find this thin ribbon. Now, this came from Dollar Tree. Now, this is actually brown, but I'm thinking once it's in the wreath with all the gold mesh and everything, it's close enough to a burgundy that it'll be okay. I think it will blend and look enough like burgundy to look okay in there. So it has a little chevron pattern with the gold and the brown stripes. So I have that. And this one is, now this is basically a white ribbon with gold Christmas trees and snowflakes. This also came from Dollar Tree. It's 9 feet. Oh, and this one has little words on it. Peace, love, and joy. Merry Christmas. So it's white again, but with gold lettering, and the gold is good enough. Also, for filler, if I don't have enough gold mesh, I have some white mesh that I can use. I was not able to find any burgundy mesh anywhere. I looked around, and I wasn't able to find any, but I found lots and lots of gold mesh. I think I have more than enough gold to do most of it in gold, but I have plenty of ribbon and decorative items in burgundy, so I think it's fine. And look at this, I found some glittery gold ribbon. This is really cool. It's very sparkly, glittery gold. I have some decorative stuff that's glittery gold like that too. And then I have some wider ribbon. This is a 2-inch ribbon. This is also from Dollar Tree. And it's wired. It has wire on the sides. You can't see it. It's covered up. It's just gold. Beautiful, sparkly gold. 2-inch ribbon. It's very pretty. It has kind of a diamond pattern to it. It's very subtle. So there's that one. I love to have a wide variety of ribbons to work with. Now this is another gold mesh ribbon with wire, but it doesn't have the diamond pattern. It's just the gold mesh in there. 9 feet. This is 2.5-inch ribbon. It doesn't matter. Now this was a wonderful find. I went all over town and couldn't find burgundy ribbon. I went to every craft store in town and Walmart and Target. Couldn't find it anywhere. After all that searching, I went to Freedom House Thrift Store, which they have 2 locations in Greensboro, and their profits benefit a local women's shelter. I went in there to drop some stuff off one night, and I just browsed around in the store, and look what I found. A roll of burgundy ribbon that's brand new and only cost me $1. And it's wire, and it's like this crushed satiny velvety stuff. How cool. This was originally $10. I got it for $1. It's 2.5 inches and 25 feet. So this is going to give us plenty of burgundy to go in with all that gold mesh. Oh, it's going to be perfect. I think this is really going to look great in that wreath. And I get 25 feet of it. I mean, that's fantastic. So, and it was only $1. I was tickled with that. And I found this one there too. This was also $1. Now this ribbon is 2 inches and it's white, and it does have silver on it. But I'm already going to have some white mesh in there, I believe. And I think this is going to look really pretty mixed in. Now when you have this ribbon in there, it doesn't really show a whole lot. You're not going to notice every specific piece of ribbon in there. But it seems to me that if you have lots of different types and patterns and colors, it really makes the wreath much more interesting. This is 2 inches by 108 inches, so it's 9 feet. Right there, Freedom House Thrift. This was $1 too. Oh, and I found this one. I think there was a whole big thick of ribbon. This is a gold striped ribbon. It is 2.5 inches. Very pretty. And this roll was only $1. The edges of this have kind of a holographic look, but you probably can't see it. It's very subtle. But again, it incorporates the gold color and then the white of some of the mesh that's going to be in there. Now this was stuck in there too. This one has been opened. I think this was only $1. I got this big. Now this is really wide. I've never worked with ribbon this wide before, so that's going to be interesting. But it was only 25 cents, and I don't know how much is on here, but you know, I'm going to try to work with this too. It has a nice shine to it. It's pretty cool. So there's that one. Oh, and I found another roll of burgundy ribbon there at Freedom House Thrift. This one was also $1. This one is not as wide. It says it was from Garden Ridge. We don't have it. I think Garden Ridge changed their name or something. Or, well, there used to be a Garden Ridge on Wendover, but I don't think it's there anymore. I didn't go there. I didn't even think to go. I think we still have a Garden Ridge here somewhere. I don't know. It's 1 3/8 inch wide, 3 yards. Wow, that's awesome. So yeah, we have burgundy velvet ribbon with a gold trim. It's absolutely perfect. I'm so glad I went in there. Yeah, all that silver we polished, I took all that there, and I had a huge tote full of clothes and some housewares. I'm constantly donating stuff to places. Yeah, I took a bunch of stuff up there. And while I was there, I thought I would just browse. Now, here's some of the mesh. This is not part of the, well, no, I guess it is part of the Christmas mesh. It has the little Christmas decorations on it. This is from Dollar Tree. Now, they sold out all of the Christmas mesh that they had in the stores around here. It's all gone. I got it right when they put it out. I bought a bunch of it. I have a ton of it. Up in my attic, I have 4 bags full of red and gold and white mesh. I have a ton of it up there. I don't think they had any green though. I think they had mainly red and gold. So we have our decorative mesh here, 6 inches by 5 yards. We will use a ton of this in this wreath. You would be surprised how many rolls of mesh go into one wreath. It is a lot of mesh. Yeah, it's a ton of mesh. So here's this white. Now it has an iridescent stripe that runs through it. So this is basically going to be filler. I want most of the mesh to be gold. Oh, I didn't finish showing you the ribbon. Here's one I found at Dollar General. I don't know if I'm going to use this. If I do, I'm only going to use a little bit. This is blue and white with silver. I don't know why. I just thought it would be cool to put a little bit of this in there. Just here and there. Just have a little bit of this in there. I don't know. Just something tells me just put a little bit of that in there. A tiny bit. Don't want to overdo it. You want to stick with mainly with the gold and burgundy theme. But I guess I'm just being rebellious. I want to put a little bit of that in there. Gold, blue, white, and silver. And here is another one. This also came from Dollar Tree. And it's gold. And it has this metallic streaky stuff in it. It's just a 2.5 inch ribbon. 9 feet. Like that. Okay, now here is what's going to make up most of the mesh in this wreath. This right here. Gold mesh. I have about 1,000 of these in my attic right now. I do have so many of these. Every time I went into Dollar Tree there for about a week, I would buy mesh. And even my kids were starting to go, Mom, how many wreaths are you going to make? I said, I don't know. I may make a dozen of them. Who knows? So, lots of this. You're going to see lots of this. Very excited about that. And I have some decorative pieces on here. But while I was looking through my mesh stash up in the attic, I found 2 rolls of mesh left over from the fall wreaths I did. Now this one is red, but it's a darker red. I think it's close enough to burgundy to kind of help add a little bit more burgundy. I only had the 1 roll, and they don't have any in Dollar Tree like this now. This is from back in when they had all their fall craft stuff out. And I just had this 1 roll left over. So I think next year, if we're going to do wreaths again next year, I may think ahead when they put out this stuff for fall next year. I may go ahead and look through it and try to think, is there any of this I could use for Christmas, and go ahead and get it. Although a subscriber who follows my Facebook page told me yesterday, and I don't know why I didn't think of this, you can actually order mesh from them online. I never even thought of that. So I don't know how long it would take to get it, but you can actually order it from Dollar Tree online through Dollar Tree. I guess it's just dollartree.com, but I don't know how long it would take to get it. And it could be that you go on there and they say they're out of stock. I've never ordered anything from them online, so I don't know. But just thinking ahead, I may go on there and when they put it out in the stores, I may try to get it early for Christmas and just hang on to it. But I just had this one roll of this dark red mesh left, and I had this also left over from the fall wreaths. Now this is more of a yellow gold. This mesh has more of this cream color in it. You see the color difference? This is more of a yellow. And again, I only have one of these, but we'll try to mix it up a little bit and include it, throughout the wreath. Just add it into the mix for the whole wreath, this one roll of this yellow gold. And I have several of these. Now these are from the Christmas thing too. It is glitter tulle, so it's not the same consistency as the mesh. It sounds crunchy. It's glitter tulle, and apparently the French for that is tulle scintillant, like scintillating. It's pretty cool. What is this? 6 inches by 5 yards. The only bad thing about working with this glitter tulle is when you pull it off the roll, the tiniest pieces of glitter you ever saw just rain down everywhere. And by the time you're done working with it, you are just coated in this fine powdery glitter stuff. You basically have to vacuum yourself. It's hilarious. I ended up, I got it on my clothes. I ended up using one of those sticky lint removers, that has the adhesive on it, I just used that to get it off. It was the easiest thing. And then I had to vacuum everything because it goes everywhere. But it's really pretty in the wreath. Now, once I get the wreath put together, I bought some spray adhesive. I think it's called craft adhesive or something. It comes in a little spray can, and I use spray adhesive that kind of holds everything together, and it keeps that glitter and everything from falling off as much. It really helps. But spray it outside. Yeah, I take it out in the backyard and spray it. Okay, here is a premium Christmas pick. I don't know if I'm going to use this or not. This is one of the first things I bought to stick in the wreath. I don't know. I mean, I might. I bought that one. Oh, I have 2 of them. And I may cut them apart. I may just cut them apart and use certain pieces of it. I also found those I found at Dollar Tree, and these are most definitely going in there. I found these at Dollar Tree, these little burgundy glitter poinsettias. I'm definitely going to put these in there. These are, oh no, wait a minute. No, these came from Dollar General. I'm sorry. These are Dollar General. Little burgundy flowers. I really want to put those in there. And we're going to be using pipe cleaners, these little wire things here. Now they have pipe cleaners at Dollar Tree, but they're made of this really scratchy tinsel stuff, and I hate the way they feel. They make my hands rough. I already have glitter on me. I haven't even started, and my hand already has glitter all over it. That's crazy. I got these at Walmart. They're called fuzzy sticks, and they have them back in the craft section. I think they're 88 cents, and you get 25 in here. And we're going to be cutting them in half, so you get 50 out of here. I like these better because they're the really soft kind, and the pipe cleaners at Dollar Tree are all that hard, scratchy kind. I'd much rather use these. They're black. I was going to get some lighter colored ones, but I forgot. It doesn't really matter because once you have them on the wreath, you'll see what I mean. Once we have these on the wreath, this isn't going to really show anyway. You're not really going to see these on the front of the wreath. It doesn't really matter what color they are. It's not going to stand out at all. Okay. And I found these at Lidl. These are some little burgundy Christmas ornaments. I may use a hot glue gun or the ties and just tie them in there. I might. I don't know. I haven't really decided. I just went ahead and grabbed them so I would have these as an option. I may put a few in there. We'll see. We'll see. Because I have other things too. I have these shiny gold poinsettias from Dollar Tree. Now what I do with these, I push the leaves up to the right under the flower. I'm missing a flower. I lost one. You push them all the way up to here, and then I use wire cutters, and I will cut them off about here, and then I use my hot glue gun, and I will hot glue them into the wreath once all the mesh and everything is done. That way you have a little bit. You don't have to keep the leaves on there if you don't want to, but that way you get a little bit of the leaf poking up under it if you want it. It's going to look, it's going to have that leaf right next to it. So, I only got one sprig of those. And then I found this gigantic dangly thing. I got this at Michael's. It's burgundy and sparkly and super fabulously awesome. I really want to find a way to incorporate this into my wreath. I do not know how, but by golly, somehow I want to put this glorious dangly thing in there. Of course, I'm going to have to use my wire cutters to cut it. I can't put the whole stick in there. Look, isn't that beautiful? And I found this giant burgundy poinsettia at Michael's too. I'm thinking, maybe down at the very bottom, put this giant poinsettia in there, right at the bottom of the wreath, or might look better at the top. Put it up at the top of the wreath, and have this dangling under it like that. I don't know, something like that, like it's got a beard or something. That's what I'm thinking. I might need a chainsaw to cut that one. I don't think a wire cutter's going to hack it. Look at that. I'm going to have to go get my garden shears out of the building. Get my pruners. My pruning shears would cut that. That's solid. I don't think my wire cutters will cut that. It's too thick. And I might keep some of these leaves and put the leaves up under this part. That might look pretty good too. So, I think that is everything I have. No, hold on a minute. I have one more thing over there. Now, these are also possibilities. I found these at Ollie's. I found these burgundy seed pods or whatever they are, tumors or lung cancer. I don't know what these are. They're made out of styrofoam. But they're burgundy. I was looking for burgundy stuff to decorate it with. I bought 2 sprigs of that. They were 79 cents each. And then I found a bunch of gold stuff. This is pretty. Look how sparkly. Ooh. I could work a little bit of that in there. I could have some of this sticking out of it. Oh, and we have... Well, they're tangled up amongst one another. Little shiny little gold balls there. And we have these iridescent holly leaves too. And again, I just push the leaves up. And then I use my wire cutters, cut it off, and figure out where you want it. And hot glue it into your wreath. And we have these really pretty gold holly leaves. Some of them have glitter on them. And any of this I don't use, especially the gold stuff, can easily go into one of the other wreaths I make. So it's not going to go to waste, even if we don't use it here, where my pants are covered in red and gold glitter. Anything we don't use here, we can use somewhere else. That's beautiful. I love it. That's nice. I'm just looking at it together like you could just make a little floral arrangement right there with that. That's cool. Okay. So let's take a look at the mesh, and I will show you how to do the sunburst technique, and I will also show you how to bundle the ribbons. Okay, I have some of the materials set out here. I've removed the plastic and everything from these rolls of mesh and tulle, and I took the plastic off some of the rolls of ribbon. I'm just starting with a little bit. I want to just give you an idea of what I'm doing. And this is a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. And it's all about being creative. Once you learn the basic technique, you can do this with any mesh, any ribbon of your choosing. You could just go crazy with it. You can use all different kinds of colors, make a wreath for every occasion. Whatever you want to do, you're only limited by your imagination, really, and the availability of material. Okay, so when you roll out the mesh, you're going to see it's pretty transparent. It looks really different when you roll it out, doesn't it? Compared to when it's all still on the roll. Now this is that one yellowish gold roll that we have. I'm just going to start with the yellow and the white and this dark red here. I just want to give you an idea of how this works. We're not going to make the entire wreath together because the entire thing will take about 2 hours. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get all the mesh and the ribbons and the tulle on there, and then we're going to decorate it. I'm going to show you what it looks like before we decorate it and then after we decorate it. Okay, so when you're going to go cut out your mesh, now there are different ways you can do this. A lot of people, you want it to be about 10 inches long for this technique. A lot of people will just cut, like take a piece of cardboard and cut it 10 inches long and then just wrap the mesh around there, so you just have to cut it and then you have it all cut. I don't do it that way for 2 reasons. Number one, and this may sound kind of weird, I enjoy cutting this stuff, and I'm not eager to hurry it along. Doing this is kind of like a meditation for me. I don't know why. Now normally when I cut my mesh, I'll stretch it across my knee and it kind of holds it down. And number two, the other reason I like to cut it this way is, you see how it kind of curves like this when you fold it out? It doesn't always stay straight, and these parts curve. And the more you cut, if you just cut straight across, you're going to cut across there, it's going to fray more if you cut it that way. But if I hold it like this and just cut each piece one at a time, and the more you do it, the faster you get at it, I can follow that curve with my scissors. You see? Just follow it. Just like that. Now that's probably not exactly 10 inches, but it doesn't have to be exact. Now if you're really a stickler for precision, again, putting it on the cardboard and making sure it's exactly 10 inches might be the way to go. It's really just whatever you want to do. That's the fun thing about it. You know, it's not brain surgery. You can do it any way you want to. Okay, now that we've cut it, we're going to put it aside. I'm going to show you how to make a bundle. Now it's all about bundles. This technique is about making bundles of mesh and the tulle and ribbon. So I've cut a piece of this. I'm going to move this to the side for now. Let's look at this tulle. Now when you unroll it, you see it's kind of sparkly. It's just raining glitter on my table. And there's not really anything you can do about it. And again, yeah, it's not 10 inches. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Now I'm going to lay that aside and we'll go to this one. Alright. And again, we'll cut just whatever. I don't measure it. When I first started, I was a lot more careful to measure each piece and everything, but I've now made, I think, 6 wreaths. I don't worry about it anymore. Alright, so now we've cut 2 pieces of mesh and a piece of tulle. I'm going to put this aside. Now, one thing I do is I go ahead and cut everything before I start making my bundles, just to get all the cutting out of the way. Like I'll take all my ribbon, all my mesh, all my tulle, and cut it. Now, what I do, I would just go ahead and cut an entire roll of this ribbon. Like say I've already done that. Now, with the big pieces of ribbon and the little ones, you want to do what's called dovetailing. You want to dovetail it. Okay, the way I dovetail it, I grab the end, I pinch it long ways. You're going to just pinch it in half and hold it down. Take your scissors and cut it at an angle, and that's going to give you a dovetail. That's not a perfect one, but and you do both ends. You're going to dovetail both ends of each ribbon. That piece of ribbon just flew off that way. These little pieces, when you cut them, will go everywhere. You'll have little pieces of ribbon all over the floor. And just accept the fact that you're going to have little pieces of ribbon everywhere. You're going to have glitter everywhere. You're going to have little strings out of your mesh everywhere. Just leave it all and clean it all up at once when you're done. That's what I do. We're going to use that one dovetailed piece of ribbon right there. I'm going to make one bundle to show you. Alright, now let's get some more ribbon. Here we have some of this kind of a white ribbon, and it does have silver trim, but I don't care. So again, just cut it straight across, and it has that wire in it, so you have to cut that wire. Now again, fold the end this way. You don't have to crease it or anything. You're just going to fold it over. Take your scissors, cut it. There's your dovetail, you see? See that? Gives you a nice finished edge to it instead of just having it cut like that. And make sure you do the other side too. You have to do both. There. And you're going to have to keep a trash can handy, because you'll be putting stuff in it constantly. I just grab the trash can, the nearest little trash can, and just pull it up to wherever I'm working and just use it. I like to make wreaths while I'm watching TV or listening to a podcast, or just whatever. It's something, it's kind of like knitting or crocheting or whatever. You can just do this while you listen to something or watch something. I watched an entire season of Doc Martin while making a couple of wreaths, not back around Thanksgiving, or back in the fall before Thanksgiving. Here's this pretty gold ribbon. This one's wider. And again, isn't that pretty? So you just have your little pieces, and I'll just put them in the trash. They'll pile up fast if you don't. So we have 3 pieces of ribbon. Now, with the bundles, you can do these any way you want to. There are no rules, really. I want a piece of this beautiful burgundy ribbon right here. This is just fabulous. I want to add a piece of this too. Isn't that beautiful? I can't believe I got that for $1. I was very happy with that. Okay, I'm done with the scissors for now. I'm going to just put it there. Just lay it right there. Now here I have one of these pipe cleaners cut in half, and I use my wire cutters to cut these right here. Now we're going to start our bundle with a piece of mesh. We're going to do the mesh first. Now you have your piece of mesh, and you're going to get, you see the string? These little pieces of the mesh will get everywhere. That's just part of the process. Alright, you're going to grab opposite ends of this piece. Now you don't want to handle this mesh any more than you have to, because the more you handle it, the more it's going to kind of come apart. So you don't want to handle it much. You're going to grab the opposite ends. You see you have the four ends here. Grab one corner and the other corner. Pull it and see how it kind of lengthens out. Now you're going to get this part and this part, and you're going to kind of roll them under so you make like a little bow tie. Now they make things that you can hold these with, or you could use a paper clip or a clothespin or a chip clip or whatever. I just hold them between my fingers while I do the other ones, but it was a little difficult at first. After you do it a little bit, it does get easier. I just hold it like this, and then you take your other piece of mesh or tulle or whatever. Let's do this piece of tulle right here. Now the tulle is a little different. When you pull it, it doesn't really do like the mesh. So I just take the opposing corners and just roll them toward one another. Gather them together and put it on top of that first piece of mesh. So I'm just holding them here nice and tight between my fingers. And I'm not going to let them go, because if you let them go, they're going to fall apart. And now, take the last piece of mesh. Grab opposite corners, pull it, hold it down, and roll it together until you make a little bow tie, and put it on top of those other two. And hold them, just like this. Now it's time for the ribbons. You're going to hold it, going to lay your ribbons on top, and you can do them in any order you want to. There are no rules, but usually I'll put the skinniest one on the very top of the bundle. And you can put as many ribbons in here as you want. You don't even have to use ribbons. If you want it to be all mesh, you can. If you want to just use tulle, you can. Now you see how you have it all layered here? It's like a Christmas sandwich or something. Now it's time for the little pipe cleaner. Now you're going to take, this technique takes a little practice. You're going to lay that pipe cleaner right over it. After you do it a little bit, you could do it in your sleep. Now we're going to pinch it and gather it all up. Now you got your ends of your pipe cleaners here. Oops. You're going to pull them as tight as you can and twist them underneath that first piece of mesh. And then you can kind of bend it up like that. Now you have a bundle. This is a bundle. Now you have these pieces of pipe cleaner sticking out down here. Those are going to be useful later. I'm going to show you how to do one. We're going to do one more bundle just to show you the technique again. But this is the first one right here. All right. And again, starting with the mesh. But what I do, I will cut up a whole bunch of mesh and a whole bunch of ribbon at a time, and then I make a bunch of bundles about 10 inches long. I'm trying to cut along that grain, and it helps keep it from fraying quite so bad. There's one. I'm just gonna, it curls under, I just fold it over my leg. Here's some of that gold. Ooh, I wish I had more of this, but I only have this one roll. I think it'll be alright. Okay. Gold. That's definitely not 10 inches, but it's alright. It really is fine. We'll make the tool a little bit longer. That's what she said. Alright. Sorry, I told you this wasn't a channel made for kids. There we have it. Okay. Let's go with some of this glitter ribbon. we'll do a glitter ribbon. And how about this shiny thing here? Look at this one. We'll do some of this. I got a dovetail on my nose. And how about this burgundy right here? We'll do a piece of this. Now this glitter ribbon is made a little differently. It's made out of a different material, but you dovetail it the same. Fold it in half, and you just cut it diagonally, and you get your pretty little dovetail. Do both sides. And it really does look extra cute on the wreath if you do this. Yeah, I already have glitter all over here. It's like Las Vegas came over here and dumped its pockets out. All the contents of its pockets on my table. Okay. We're dovetailing this. Ooh, this is a gorgeous ribbon. I love this. I'm going to have glitter all over me, all over my face, all over my clothes. I'm going to have to vacuum everything and everybody in here. This is pretty. I like this ribbon. You just fold it and cut it diagonally. Okay. I'll move these over. They're going to go like that right there. Let's start with the gold this time. This tool gets tangled up in it really bad. And again, you take it. Sorry, I just do it without even thinking. Grab the opposing ends, pull them, hold it down, and kind of roll it up on itself until you make a little bow tie. And then we'll do this tool here. Now this tool doesn't really do that. I just take opposing corners and just kind of roll it toward itself, pinch it in the middle, lay it on top of that gold, just like that. And then we'll do the white one. Grab opposing corners, pull it, grab these two, roll them towards one another, pinch it, put it together. There we go. Now we take our ribbons. I'm going to put the widest one down first, the next widest, and the skinniest on top of that. Grab a pipe cleaner. This is one of the ones again cut in half. You're going to lay it over the middle, and I'm still holding it. See, I don't ever let it go. I hang on to it because if you let it go, it'll all fall apart. Lay it in the middle. I'm bringing my finger around this way, and I'm going to grab it, squish it together, and twist it tight on the bottom. And then you can let it go. And then you can kind of fluff your ribbons out. You can either fluff them out at this point or after you attach them to the frame. It doesn't matter. You can do it either way. Now, I'm going to continue making bundles, but first I'm going to show you how I'm going to attach these to the wreath frame. Now here is the wreath frame. Now this came from Dollar Tree as well. This is a 14-inch wire frame. They have some smaller ones too. Now, you see that you have these different wires. There's one here, 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 and here. We're only going to be working with these two wires right here. Now you see how, well, you can't really see, but it kind of bows out. This is the front. You're going to take your bundles one at a time, and you will need a lot of these bundles to make this wreath. will go through a lot of mesh and a lot of ribbons to make this wreath. Okay. It'll be probably at least $25 worth of materials. That's before we decorate it. Okay. You take the wires here. You're going to feed it over those two. And you can just kind of fold them around and around. You're going to use the ends of that pipe cleaner to attach it to this wreath white frame. You can either wrap them around or you can wind them under here and tie them together. Now it's going to be floppy and look kind of weird at first. It doesn't matter. Once it all comes together, it's going to look really pretty. You take your next bundle. Now I don't do this normally until I have a whole bunch of bundles made. You take this next bundle, do the same thing. You take that wire, that pipe cleaner, and you're just going to tether it to that wire frame. Whatever way works for you. Different people do it different ways. As long as it stays on the frame, I don't think it matters how you do it. And once you have a ton of these on here, you can kind of pull them this way and that way to kind of separate the different pieces, the ribbons, the mesh, the tulle, all of it. And you just kind of fluff it up a little bit. But we are going to have a bunch of these on here. That's just 2. And when I turn it upside down, you can see where I attached the pipe cleaners to the wire frame right here. We're not going to add anything to this or this. I mean, you can if you want to. I just attach most stuff to these two. And these two wires here won't even show. This wreath is going to be so big and so full that you will not see any of this frame when we're done. So look at that. There's a stray string. You can pull these off. I don't really think you need to. I think they add to the overall effect of the wreath. I think they look fine. But I'm going to keep making bundles. And I'm going to go ahead and get them all attached. And then we will look at it together after that. Okay, well, I'm all done. It actually ended up taking me about 2.5 hours to do all the cutting of the ribbons and the mesh and the tulle and everything, and getting all the bundles made. I also made some separate bundles of just ribbon because I had so much ribbon. I did the same thing with the Halloween wreath that I made. Some of the bundles were only ribbon and didn't contain any mesh at all. And I did that with this one also. And I really kind of like just having little clusters of just ribbons here and there. I think it's really pretty. So I'm going to show it to you. Now, it's not decorated yet. It's just the mesh and the tulle and the ribbons, nothing else. I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to decorate it with my hot glue gun and everything, and then I'm going to spray it with the adhesive spray, and then we're going to see the final wreath. But first, I want to show you how it looks at this stage. Here we have it. I have fluffed it out. I have my little rebellious blue and silver ribbon in there. I only put 5 pieces of blue and silver ribbon in here. The rest is just lots and lots of burgundy and gold, mainly gold, all throughout. And I love the fact that parts of it are shiny because some of that ribbon was really shiny. Like you have the glitter ribbon, there's a little bit of that in there. And lots of burgundy ribbon in there. I used up that entire roll, that giant roll of burgundy ribbon. I used the whole thing. I used I think I had 3 pieces of it left actually, but I used almost all of it. And it just turned out so pretty. It's really big too. It turned out really nice. I'm very pleased with it so far. Now I'm going to add some of the decorations to it, and then I will show you how it looks after that. Okay, I have now added the decorations. I forgot to add, I actually had to change shirts because the sweater I had on, the mesh kept catching my sweater and actually picked it, like it pulled a little bit of the thread out. So I had to change I had to change shirts to work with the mesh. So anyway, I've added all the decorations that I wanted to add. I decided not to add the ornaments. I felt it was just a little too much. So I'm going to show you how it turned out. Now this is really extra, I know. Kind of looks like I don't know what it looks like, a jellyfish or something. I don't know. But I added this big flower up here, the poinsettia, and then I glued these in kind of under it. And then we have the little burgundy glitter pieces here and here. And I added the gold poinsettias here and there. And then I have these really pretty gold glitter pieces sticking out. So I think it actually turned out pretty nice. It's look at that. It's a little crazy, but I like it. I think it's perfect. It turned out exactly like I wanted it to. So there we have it. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be doing at least one more wreath really soon. It's not going to be like this. It will probably be more red and gold or something, whatever I come up with. So I did have some gold decorations left over, some stuff like this. We'll probably use that in the next one. So you'll be seeing it again. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again really soon.